AJ's Journey. Be sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Get this out of the way while I can. Let's see. It's in August and it's 2026. If you need to know that kind of stuff, be sure you make your comments nice and helpful. I appreciate it. I do like comments, so feel free to do that. AJ's Journey is all about helping others, while it's kind of my personal therapy too, to let you know where I'm coming from. I'm sure some of you can relate, if not all. It's primarily for people that intend on being on Second Life for 2 or 3 hours a day. I mean, I know real life comes first. Some of you probably are wondering, why am I even on Second Life? What difference does it make? It's a recreation for me, quite frankly, and the socialization. I live in a rural area, so I look at SL as my way to communicate. However, I will say, like even these videos, they're pretty one-sided, right? You listen to me and there's no real feedback. Very rarely is there feedback. It's not like personal communication. Sad, but true, unless I go live or something, then I have to read all this stuff on the side. Well, anyway, you get the drift. Today I'm probably going to ramble on a little bit. But let me just say that if you're in Second Life on a regular basis and you think it's just totally going to break you free from your real life situation, well, somewhat, but then again not, because you bring yourself with you wherever you go, right? So your real life's going to bleed into Second Life. Your Second Life is going to affect your real life. I've known people that have a breakup, for instance, in Second Life, and oh my gosh, for days it affects your real life and you're just bummed out. I've been there and done that too in the past, I must confess. So be careful what you do to other people and how you behave in Second Life, please. It's much appreciated by all. At the same time, yeah, you're going to run into some real jerks. My real life has affected my Second Life. For instance, I'm not real good at picking guys to run around with, and I kind of have a tendency to not want to be all on my own. And in Second Life, I've also found that if you go somewhere, there are quite a few people that, want to hook up, a temporary hookup, whatever. They just think it really doesn't matter. It's like a dating scene, so to speak, and you have avatar sex with anybody and everybody. Well, then there's those that don't want any part of that, and you end up being pretty isolated. What do you think? That's the way I look at it. So, I've been having kind of a horrendous time in July. There's been all kinds of things going on. Let me just illuminate. You can probably relate. Well, the cost of living has gone up drastically. And then I found I live on a pretty good sized acreage with a house. And the house is pretty large. I'm the sole support of maintaining and keeping things up. And when things start needing repairs, oh my gosh, my bank account starts draining. But the electric has gone up, and I don't know what's up with my water bill, but it's been ridiculous for the past 2 to 3 months. And in the past, I had a water leak on the outside, on my side of the meter, which means it's totally responsible for trying to get the sucker found and fixed. Well, I hope that's not going on again. I don't know what your situations have been. Then I've been pretty isolated in SL, and I really don't like that because it makes me feel, just funky. What can I say? At the same time, I don't want to be hit on. So, how do you make friends and convey that, it's not about wanting a sexual experience or whatever? I don't know. I fear even dancing with someone, quite frankly, at all, so I don't. But at the same time, I don't know. What do you think? In real life, my life's kind of a mess. My situation, for example, the state I live in recognizes separation, supposedly. Okay, I'm talking real life now. So, I don't really want to expend the funds to go through the whole 9 yards of a lawyer because I've done that with various things. It's costly. Oh my God, is it costly? So I'm not really, haven't been in tune with my real life. I consider him my ex, but he is hyper religious Christian. So that meaning, marriage is marriage, marriage is marriage, whatever. And he really didn't pay attention to anything I was doing for a long while. And then I started having a friend and getting interested in somebody, and oh my gosh, all of a sudden it's, we're married, we're married, we're married, we're married. So I thought, okay. Checked into divorce, checked into separation. I thought, well, now separation's a pretty good option because we're still married, but he has to recognize he's not in control of me. If you know what I mean. Everything else has been separate, whether it be property, finances, bank accounts, whatever. We haven't had joint accounts for a long time. So I go look at AI, look at forms, inform myself, look online, see what it involves. For separation agreement, the difference between separation and divorce, blah, blah, blah. Decide on separation. So I get AI's help with the form and whatever, and go to my county court clerk and go to file it. Well, she disappears, tells me, okay, you have to go on our website and use our forms. And she says, there is no separation agreement form, so you'll have to modify or use the divorce form. And I think, okay, if I can modify it, no biggie. So she wouldn't accept. So I go back home, start looking at their form. Quite frankly, it was like being socked in the stomach because did all my due diligence about, actually there's 3 forms: the actual separation agreement, the service agreement, the cover clerk letter. Anyway, I looked at their website, and indeed, no separation agreement form. So I communicate with my little AI thing and say, what's up, I'm not feeling very good about this, and if I go to a lawyer, it's going to cost me like 3 times as much, maybe more, to have them prepare it. And AI says, well, you did everything that's right, whatever, but just here's how to edit their form. So I look at it, and then I look at the form. You can't edit it. And I don't want to redo a whole form by copying and pasting and trying to make the type right and then going to. I thought, damn, this is just being too freaking complicated. Why don't they put a separation form on there? They've got forms for everything on this particular website, why the hell don't they have a separation form? So anyway, I felt trapped, stuck all over again. Needless to say, what I consider to be my ex anyway, is not a very amicable person to deal with. He has made threats to me about my property issues. Oh, that's really mine, or I'm really entitled to this, or whatever. I know men go through this on the opposite end with women, probably, but, and two, in the country I live in, it's kind of like they look at it like the man is in charge, kind of thing. In this case, he's not. I've bailed him out over the course of time, and it's not fun. No appreciation. So, I'm just sitting here stuck, I feel like, all over again. And yes, I've gone to therapy. In the past, we went to couples counseling. That didn't go well. He walked out. I've gone to individual therapy. Okay. So maybe you've never felt stuck or locked in or blocked. Like I say, my expenses keep increasing at a phenomenal rate the past several months. And I'm not real. Well, let's put it this way. My only income right now is what I get from what I've already made in the past. So, try to keep other people out of my pocketbook. And then with rising bills, good God, let's not even talk about going grocery store shopping. Okay, how in the hell does that relate to your SL or my SL, you say? Well, I'm finding it like that in Second Life too. As I have a sim and all of a sudden everybody's kind of abandoned me. If you're not networking constantly, I rely on tenants and rentals. There for a while I was having games and hunts. People come in just for Linden. I really don't feel like I have any friends in SL other than my partner. And I don't know. Have you had roadblocks? Anyway, I feel like I've been stymied every direction I turn the past month or so. So, can you relate? I've always liked having land, but come to the conclusion that it's just sucking me more dry when I have all these expenses and responsibilities lately that have come up. SL's just turning into another responsibility, and I have to ask myself, what justification for it? Because the tenants just aren't there for the sim anymore. Doesn't seem like everybody's out for their own selves, it seems like. And I just feel isolated within SL too. Maybe it's the juju I give off. I don't know. So, anything you want to share, I appreciate it. And yeah, looks like I'm going to have to tailor down my Second Life. What can I say? We'll see what happens. So, I will sign out, and I hope you share what you are about and what you're going through and how you handle things. Does your real life sometimes pile up on you and you just run to Second Life to go wild, or what? That's it for now, people. Have a good one.